What was the moment you fell in love with hip hop?
The moment I fell in love with hip hop, it was my mother's music first because she was only 16 years older than me. So her was Curtis Blow, Houdini. You know, when I heard the Fat Boys Run DMC, I was like going crazy. But when I knew I was in love, it was Roxanne Shante. She was like a 15-year-old girl, and she was like standing next to boys and grown men and just rapping her ass off. And she's just been a hero to this day. She still is. So Roxanne Shante, she sent my mom like a signed picture of her, like a picture you went and got developed back to me, and it just let me know nothing was impossible.
Wow. I actually just interviewed the Far Side for the story to talk about
that. Man, Far Side, I didn't learn Spanish because of them. Yeah, like it was. We had Miss Blades.
I love it.
We had Miss Blades for Spanish class, and Far Side had dropped that year, and me and Ernest, all we did was listen to Far Side and talk Far Side all day.
That is.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't. It does, man. That shit keeps on passing me by. Shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, man, I felt that way. That's how I felt when my wife turned me down the first time.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
did she?
Yeah. She was like, no sex on the first date. So you doing something.
Girls gotta keep it classy,
yeah,
you know?
Did. She should have gave up that ass.
And she was here tonight, right?
Stingy ass, yeah.
I actually love that you guys go to the strip club together.
Yeah.
What is the key to a healthy relationship? Because
just be into the same things. If you're in the church, be into the same church. If you're in the car, be in the same car. If you're in the girls, hopefully into the same girls. See how it goes, you know. But I think you have enough likes to keep you together, and you have enough things apart from one another to keep you occupied, so that you appreciate, one another.
Definitely.
So you just try your best, and then I think you just be a stubborn, determined motherfucker too. You know.
Definitely. Who's the current king and queen of hip hop?
I don't know who. I never recognized kings and queens. I say that I love the fact that there's so many queens in hip hop doing it. Because again, one of my biggest influences is Roxanne Shante,
right.
And I think that the king of hip hop, for me, one of my best friends is the king of South, T.I., and I've seen him carry that throne and that crown well. I love the fact that the guys who say they're kings carry themselves like that, and the queens out here winning. So I don't know. I don't know who the king and queen is. I just know it's a lot of them out there.
I got you. I gotta stop asking that because no one can seem to answer. Anyways, what's your favorite Ice Cube song?
I think you listen to Ice Cube by albums, and I think you listen to America's Most and Death Certificate. But in terms of the hardest diss record ever, Ice Cube was not lying. No Vaseline. I would not want no Vaseline written about me. So and he really did break up my favorite rap group at the time with NWA. So
damn.
I gotta agree with Cube on that.
Definitely. Speaking of albums, Michael is incredible.
Thank you so much.
How the hell did you get Andre 3000 and Future?
Well, we're all in the Dungeon family, so that's kind of the cheat code.
True.
There you go.
Very true. Andre 3000 is a bit of a unicorn. Did you have a combo with him when Michael dropped?
No, we with Dre, man. Once he told me he loved the record, and he gave me the verse and helped put the record together, I was amazed just because it's been 20 years since they gave me a deal. It's been a hell of a long time since I was actually on a record with him. But
everyone wants an Andre 3000.
Yeah, but everybody didn't get a record deal from him, and he didn't shape their early career, so it meant something to me on some Big Brother shit. Like I really appreciated that in a deep way. Him and Future.
What does it mean to get those text messages from Jay-Z?
It means that I actually am friends with someone I really respect and admire. Jay is always, since the first time Shanti Dawes, who no longer is in music but does stuff around mental health now, thank God, Silence the Shame, shouts out to Shanti. She introduced me to Jay, took me to the studio with him, and he's just been a consummate gentleman and a player, at every step of the way. So to actually be able to engage on a friendship level now is pretty cool and amazing because he has a great mind. It's cool conversing with him.
Absolutely. I actually sent my boyfriend to your LA show.
Dope shit. He enjoyed it?
He did. He loves you.
That's good.
I saw someone say they called their parents on the way home from that show.
That means a lot.
What has been the best fan encounter on tour?
The best fan encounter is every fan encounter because I remember when I didn't have many fans.
Wow, that's beautiful. I love that you shouted out Lola on Talking That Shit.
That's my girl. I love her.
I love her too. What was your relationship with her, and walk me through your decision bringing her on tour? Because that's so dope.
She was like a sister to me. She was an elder in terms of artistically because 3 6 was home before me. But you never would have known it. She was one of the most kind and humble and loving and connecting people I've ever met. She'd give and wouldn't ask much. You know what I'm saying? So us getting an opportunity to Run the Jewels is like the Uncanny X-Men. it's Elle and I are central characters, but there are all these other characters that contribute, from her to Josh Homme to Zach De La Rocha. You know, Big Boy's popped up, 2 Chainz. So there's always someone in and out, and knowing that she's never going to be back in, it breaks my heart a lot because she was an important part. I love taking her on the road. From what I've heard, she really was honored to be and had a good time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And she's just a badass chick, man. And I miss her. You know?
Same.
Cuz, you don't handle this for me. This is my guy Tater. Hold on, Tater. Here, okay.
Give me 5 minutes and then I got you.
It's no problem.
What is the key to generational wealth?
What's the key to generation? Buying a house.
What if you don't got money?
You know, then you have to figure it out. My grandparents, my grandmother, parents sharecropped. They were the sons and daughters of enslaved people. They're sharecropped. They managed to save. In 1948, they bought their farm. My grandmother had grown up on another farm they were renting before then. My grandmother came as an 18-year-old girl in 1950 to Atlanta. By 1952, she saved enough to get her first home. It is not easy. It may mean you may have to move. You may have to go to Birmingham, Tampa. You may have to, but the key to generational wealth is to first just own a piece of land, because that's something that allows you to get along. That is something that allows you to leave something for your children. We still own every home my grandparents owned. And I bought my daughter a house in the same one. That doesn't say you can do it too, it's going to be easy. I remember when me and my wife were living in a fucking apartment, and I got my first $60,000 royalty check. And we were trying to decide what the fuck we were going to do. The first thing we did was bought a house. We bought a rental property that we couldn't live in, but we bought it. She got it up to HUD standards and rented it out for the next decade. So you just got to figure it out. There's a way to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'd like to encourage more people to get focused on doing it together. If you and your cousins all live in an apartment, you guys are paying $2,000 a month, which is cheap rent out here. But in Atlanta, it's expensive.
I pay $3K for a 1-bedroom.
All right, so you pay $3K, right? You have 3 friends that also pay $3K, right? So that's $12K y'all pay. At some point, you just got to do the hard shit and say, we're going to fucking live together. We're going to save. We're going to save. No bullshit. My friends, when I was growing up that were Korean, and my friends that were Asian or commonly known as East Indian, they taught me something about group economics that I hadn't seen. A friend of mine said when his parents got here, they all lived with their brothers and sisters. So everyone was in this big fucking house. Instead of paying an apartment complex $1,000 a piece, they were paying $200 a piece and saved the rest. My grandmother moved to Atlanta, and all of her sisters and brothers lived with her for 1 year, saved all their money she would not allow them to pay so that they could own something. We have to get unique, we have to get creative, and we have to start to cooperate and collaborate so that we can save money.
I love it. Real quick, do you have your Grammy speech prepared?
Yep, I won. I told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Me, Tom, and Ryan told y'all niggas. No, it's not. No, I'm going to very humbly.
I love it.
I'm going to thank the people that are on my team that have worked for me. I'm going to thank God, and I'm going to thank my ancestors.
Absolutely.